All right, welcome back, Guitar Beat. So we are now in week number 2. So I published a few modules to our My MCPS classroom a few days ago. So I'm going to give you a little tutorial on how those work. And I'm actually going to go to Student View real quick so we can see exactly what you'll be seeing. Okay, so if we go to the modules, we have 2 modules here that I added. We've got the optional Unit 7 Lesson 2, and that is for people who have guitars and want to continue with the guitar lessons. And then for people who do not have guitars, or even people with guitars who just would rather do this, we've got the secondary general music ones that the county is making. So since I know a lot of you guys don't have guitars and are doing this one, I'll start with an explanation of that one first. So looking at this one, it starts the same way that last week's did, with just the objectives, and this one's going to mainly focus around melodies and notes. So getting right into it, just like last week's, we start off with an assignment. Again, you only have to do one assignment out of the 3 every week. So this is one option. In this one, you're going to listen to a song and complete a prompt where you're going to complete some sentences about what you heard, thought, and wondered. And then you're going to complete some additional sentences about just how you understood it in relation to the context and how it's going to just inform your performing and responding to music in your daily lives. So that's option number 1. After that, we get into the actual lesson content. And like I said, it's melody this week. And so these prompts give you some videos that you can look at, some definitions. Looking forward, we also got range. So you hear some different singers. You learn a little bit about what it's like to be a bass singer or a tenor or an alto or soprano. Moving on, then we've got notation, and this one is a little bit different than how guitars do it. We've been looking at tab the whole year. Guitar still does do pitch letters and notations like a piano does, and like you see right here. But tab is a little more efficient, and that's why we've been working on it, and it's also more accessible online. But for the sake of this exercise, you will be learning notation. You actually have some interactive challenges if you want to attempt them, where you'll actually have to identify some of these notes. You learn then about intonation. You've got some more actual interactive kind of activities here that you can do if you'd like. After that, you have just a wrap up, and then you have the quiz, which is assignment number 2. So that can be 1 out of the 3 that you do. After that, then you have your third assignment, and this one is going to be you either composing a melody, and you can do that by singing and recording yourself singing. You can actually do an embellishment of a melody, which means you would take an existing melody that you know and then just slightly alter it a little bit, and they give you some explanations here. You can notate a melody using the notation that we learned in this lesson, or you can create your own method, and you have these optional backing tracks down here that you can put and make your melody over. So that's it for this week. There's also an additional extension activity if you'd like to afterwards. Just make sure if you do the third assignment, make sure that you submit it here. Remember, again, you only have to do 1 of the 3 assignments. So going back to the modules, that wraps up secondary general music. So if you are doing that one, you can actually stop the video here. Anyone who's going to be doing guitar, I'm going to go over just this a little bit. In this week, we are taking the next step in bar chords, and we are learning the 5th string minor shape for bar chords on here. Last week we did 6th string, and this week we are doing 5th string. So here's the presentation. You can kind of go through and you see some different shapes to talk about how 5th string means you only bar 5 strings, not all 6. moving them, what the shape looks like, and then a comparison between the 6th string major chords and 5th string minor chords. You have all that, and then some tips as well about just a couple of little things that you may encounter. This actually has to do with just the groove of your finger in case it actually hits the string. You don't want that to happen, but that's kind of rare, so don't worry too much about that. And then after that, I give you some actual songs that have the actual bar chords in them that we learned about in this unit. So the first one that we have is called Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer. If you go back to the module, they're actually right below there. The next one that you have is a song called Danny California by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the third one is She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. So all three of these have the 5th string minor bar chord in it, the new bar chord from this unit. And you will be practicing one of these three or all three if you'd like. This one's the easiest one, and I'd say probably this one's the hardest one. And then for your assignment for the week, you just have another practice log that you will fill out. And that'll do it for this week. Next week, we're going to start getting into a little bit of the progress checks for some of these bar chords, but you have another week to practice and experiment with these different chords. So if anyone has any questions, again, just let me know. I really hope everyone's doing well. I know that we're not going to be able to finish the year out together, and I'm sad about that, but I hope that maybe guitar and music can help you guys get through this. So I miss you, and I hope I see you all next year.